So, how are you doing? Good, good. And you? Oh, great, great. Hey, so I wanted to talk about something that I thought about recently. So basically, it's this situation where, well, we kind of like all go through, where either we are asking someone and not really waiting for the answer, or we are actually wanting to talk, but we don't talk. So basically, it's this question: how are you doing? And we all receive this question in some point, you know. But most of the time, the person asking is not really waiting for an answer. It's kind of this automatic kind of thing. So it's like, how are you doing? Good, good. I'm good. Like, and the other is like, yeah, oh, great. And then, and you, I'm good as well. So it's like this like automatic kind of answer. And I don't know, I was thinking about it and how, yeah, kind of fake it sounds. Like, when did it become, or I think it's always been like that. But why is it that we kind of like ask a question? I know it's kind of like this politeness, or like, how do you say, societal norm kind of question, and we get used to asking it and answering it kind of like automatically. But I don't know, I want to, like, let's just say I wish to live, or I want to live in a world where we ask questions that we mean, and a question that we want the answers, and not just asking questions like automatically or empty questions. And I know it sounds like a simple thing, but it's very interesting. Like, if you ask yourself this question, like, like the last time you asked someone, like, how are you doing? Hey, how are you doing? Were you asking it waiting for the answer, or were you just asking it to like say hello and stuff, or like just this random question that is kind of required to say? Because I think most of the time, maybe the other person, or maybe yourself, sometimes maybe you wanted actually the other attention, and kind of like you wanted to share things, but because you were scared of like maybe taking too much time from the person, or maybe being a burden for the other person, you hesitated to actually share and maybe have a more honest answer. Because in a way, like, I think we should normalize just saying, oh, I'm not okay, actually, um, and to be fine about it, but most of the time, I think this kind of conversation is like, yeah, how are you doing? And the other is like, good, good. And you, good, good. Like, it's kind of like automatic and very um empty, kind of very empty. And I don't know, I think it doesn't even have to like take that much time, but just, I think, saying that for a person that don't actually feel okay, and not having to like reject that state, and actually sharing how they are feeling, is very healing, and like sharing it and without even going into details, you know, but just saying, oh, well, actually, I'm not very, like, I'm not doing okay, you know, and just saying it without even going into details, I think it would really help people, you know. And I think we should like start becoming aware of it, you know, especially like sometimes maybe you can see that the other person is not doing great, and you kind of like randomly try to not see it, but maybe also maybe the other person doesn't want you to know they're not feeling that good, so they're kind of hiding it. I think this is an important thing. Just asking ourselves, after asking those questions, how much we actually are interested in knowing how the other person is doing, and how much the question actually means something to us. Um, you know, the experience that kind of like changed my mind about that is actually when I started to actually notice when people were answering to that question kind of randomly and not actually like saying they're like telling me their true state. And like, so for example, I would be like, hey, how are you doing? And they would be like, good, good. And I would be like, are you sure you're okay? And just saying that, and the person would be like, oh, well, actually, you know, it's been this and this. And I'd be, oh, okay, you want to talk about it? And sometimes they would be like, no, no, it's fine. Maybe another time. Or like actually want to, most of the time they actually want to talk about it. And if you have the time, you know, why not? You know, I think that's also something that would actually help the world, you know. Um, just be like having like just 30 minutes for someone, you know, to offer them some safe space to open up and to share what they are feeling. And I think this is something that would actually change the world in like a lot of ways. It's also just asking ourselves like how much do you leave space for people to express themselves, and do you actually create a safe space for them to express themselves. And actually committing to not judge or criticize anything that they would tell you, even though it like contradicts some kind of beliefs that you have. And I think most importantly is actually just asking ourselves like, what does this question mean? How are you doing? What does this question mean to you? Is it just a meaningless question that you ask kind of robotically, or is this actually something that actually means something to you and you're actually waiting for an answer? Otherwise, I just don't really understand why we keep doing it, you know? Not just saying hello, you know, don't ask this question then. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, I wrote that the other day and I wanted to share it. Hello, how are you? I'm good. And you? I'm good. Typical conversation, what I call an empty conversation. Just a few words and the conversation is over. But how much are we really interested in knowing how the person is doing? How much how much that question actually means something? And when did we lose the depth of conversation? When did we start dismissing others' feelings and emotion? When did you? When did we start living like robots? just randomly fluttering empty sentences without expectation on the answer, coldly conversing without waiting for answers, and with half our minds and attention in future tasks and events that we're not even sure to live for. One day I asked someone, "How are you really doing?" And I got the real answer from them, which really helped them to feel better and helped me to understand them. So how much do you leave space for people to actually express themselves? Are you creating a safe space for them to confide in? Are you committed to let them express themselves freely without judgment on your part regarding on what's been said, no matter how hurt or triggered you might feel? And most importantly, what does a simple "how are you" mean to you? Is it just a simple, meaningless, prefatory question you use cowardly hiding behind politeness? Or is it really the question with its meaning, an invitation for the other to share their true state, and a commitment on your part to support and listen the other person with a caring, attentive ear, no matter how much time it might take? In the end, I want to encourage people to have more conversation starter that goes like this. "Hello, how are you doing? Actually, I'm not doing that well. Do you need to talk? I have time after work if you want." Sure, sure, it would be amazing. So yeah, that was just a quick video to share this point with you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it helped you in some way. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.